This is Epic Book Recaps, a podcast that offers complimentary audio summaries of influential non-fiction books, making learning a smarter experience. The Diary of a CEO by Stephen Bartlett. Foundation for Greatness. Talent alone does not guarantee long-term success. While innate abilities can help you reach certain goals, true game changers possess a broader skill set. Work on your personality because it shapes your reality. Essentially, every exceptional success story rests upon four fundamental pillars. 1. The pillar of identity focuses on self-mastery, the most challenging yet rewarding skill to harness. 2. The pillar of storytelling shows how to persuade, sell, and lead using the power of a story. 3. The pillar of philosophy emphasizes the importance of clear goals and core beliefs that translate into actions. 4. The pillar of the team shifts attention to the people you're going to work with, which is crucial in any enterprise. Those who cannot establish dominion over themselves will have no dominion over others. Further, you'll find 33 laws to help you strengthen these four pillars and reach outstanding results in both your professional and personal lives. Work on your outlook. Law 1. Follow the right order. Stephen Bartlett believes that you can unlock your full potential by nurturing 5 core areas, also known as buckets. 1. Knowledge 2. Skills 3. Network 4. Resources 5. Reputation. Direct your actions and decisions to grow at least one of these aspects. Over time, focus on broadening your expertise and honing your abilities, as these will naturally spill over into more opportunities for connections, financial gain, and a favorable image. Law 2. Pass ideas forward. The fastest way to learn something is to teach it. The more you explain a concept to someone else, the better you understand it yourself. Thus, practice sharing new insights with friends or a partner so that you can digest and master what you've learned. Law 3. Never disagree. Research shows that disagreement freezes your brain, preventing it from receiving additional information or logic. In relationships, hearing something like "I disagree" could make your partner unwilling to listen to your subsequent arguments and explanations. Conversely, for smooth and effective communication, establish common ground before building your suggestions around it. Focus on fixing a problem, not correcting your partner. Law 4. Challenge beliefs with care. Changing beliefs is never easy, but there are 2 strategies to become open to new perspectives. If your friend believes a false statement they heard on TV, never attack their opinion directly. Instead, you can present opposing evidence or ask them to explain why they agree with the statement. Interestingly, when explaining something, once people realize they have no basis for their opinion, their confidence in their viewpoint usually evaporates. Law 5. Embrace change. Progress is often an ego check. Whenever you see a new way of doing something, you must either resist new ideas and change or be curious and humble enough to embrace it. History shows that change is constant, and being flexible always pays off. Your identity is your foundation. Law 6. Motivate by asking questions. Giving someone sound advice and seeing them do nothing can be upsetting. But to see a real change, try asking questions instead. According to neuroscience, questions encourage people to consider altering their behavior, and inquiries starting with "will you" provoke an active response contrary to statements. For example, to motivate your team to eat healthier, end your letter or speech by asking, "Will you make healthier food choices today?" Law 7. Protect your self-concept. Self-concept is the sum of your beliefs and feelings about yourself on the physical, emotional, professional, and social planes. Although self-confidence alone cannot replace practical capabilities, it lays a foundation for future accomplishments. Research shows that 40% of a person's potential depends on their self-concept, with 60% deriving from external factors. When facing challenges and obstacles, your inner confidence will significantly define the success of your endeavors. Law 8. Outwit your habits. Many have fallen victim to the vicious cycle of fighting bad habits, such as deciding to cut back on sugar consumption, lasting 3 days, before devouring a whole chocolate bar after a stressful meeting. As a result, avoiding sugar only makes you crave it even more. But to eliminate an addiction, you must understand how to break a habit loop. A habit loop is a behavioral pattern where the habit is a reward. For instance, if a harsh conversation triggers you, you resort to binging on sweets to get the reward, a sugar spike. To change the habit, replace your last step with something healthier, like apples or nuts. Caring for your health is the greatest form of self-respect. Law 9. Prioritize your health. Imagine everything you value in life gathered on one plate: your relationships, job, interests, and travels. All these things make your life whole, but they can spoil without the plate, which is your health. When devoting time to your family, close friends, and career, remember that your health is why you can enjoy life's beautiful gifts. Therefore, maintain it with great diligence. The crazier, the better. Law 10. Avoid the status quo. Surprisingly, a foolish, useless feature in a phone can be more appealing than many practical functions. In other words, absurdity piques curiosity more than the quality of a product. So besides improving your services or products, add humor and fun by creating bizarre namings or adding silly attributes. Law 11. Make your message disruptive. When you repetitively hear the same phrase, it loses its meaning. That happens due to habituation. You stop paying attention to the words because your brain marks them as familiar enough to disregard. To avoid this in marketing, use unsaturated terminology and unexpected expressions to catch your audience's attention. Remember that every narrative has a shelf life, so never stop generating new ideas. Law 12. Fear indifference. People will notice a brand that makes them feel something, whether bad or good. Thus, in developing a marketing campaign, appeal to your audience's feelings and make them react emotionally. Also, remember that a negative response doesn't always mean failure. Value lives in the customer's imagination. Law 13. Shape perceptions. It's not logical, but you will likely feel more satisfied after an hour-long ride with a Wi-Fi connection than after a 30-minute ride without it. However, this human irrationality helps improve customer satisfaction with relatively little investment. For example, if you are a nail technician, wear a medical uniform during the manicure. This act will create an aura of cleanliness and professionalism around you and help build your reputation and revenue. Law 14. Offer less than the best. Imagine biting into a sugar-free candy that mimics the taste of Snickers. Despite its quality ingredients, you might find it psychologically unappealing because you anticipate a less sweet and therefore healthier experience. Consider utilizing this principle in marketing. Depending on the context, present products as slightly inferior to enhance consumer perception of their efficiency or quality. Shape the price according to the context. Law 15. Maintain the frame. People derive more meaning from the context and framework than facts. So construct an image you want to put in your audience's mind and reinforce it with every action you take. For example, when representing a luxury brand, focus on an individual approach and avoid mentioning mass production, as it may dispel the air of exclusiveness. Value does not exist. It's a perception we reach with expectations we meet. Stephen Bartlett. Law 16. Use the Goldilocks effect. The Goldilocks effect is a strategy in which you show your client a range of options and thus highlight the option you want to sell. For instance, when pitching membership options to clients, offer them 3 alternatives: the cheapest, most basic, and most expensive packages. Between the 2 extremes, the middle option will seem the most reasonable to your customers, who will decide on it faster. Law 17. Arrange a test drive. Holding a phone at a store and playing with it makes you want to buy it, as you automatically perceive it as more desirable. That is an endowment effect at work, a psychological bias that causes people to value something more just because they own it. Due to that principle, letting people test your product will make them want to purchase it, saving you time and money. Your audience's attention is your most precious possession. Law 18. Put your all in the first 5 seconds. When you first encounter an audience or client, the initial 5 seconds count the most, since they have yet to form an impression of you. This brief window offers an opportunity to shape their perception. Therefore, you should never start your presentation with a cliché introduction. Instead, aim for the first lines of your message to catch the attention of even the most uninterested listener. Get straight to your most captivating ideas and promises. Remove all distractions. Law 19. Improve 1% daily. Create a culture where you and your team strive to enhance the smallest details daily. If you're a fashion designer, prioritize making the most out of elements like buttons and stitches, rather than collaborating with other brands. Regular minor improvements will benefit your business more than infrequent revolutions. Law 20. Stay on track. Have you heard about the 1 in 60 rule? This aviation principle implies that even a 1-degree divergence from the route leads a plane away from the destination for 1 mile per 60 miles flown. In that context, what seems like a slight deviation becomes a huge mistake. So, regularly check your business strategy and keep the ultimate goal in sight. Law 21. Fail more. There are thousands of failed experiments behind every innovation. That means failing is essential to producing brilliant work. And the earlier your bad ideas fail, the closer you are to your most successful attempt. Therefore, reinforce the understanding of failure as experience and not defeat. Law 22. Develop a plan, a mindset. People in extreme situations can do extraordinary things. For example, if a bear was coming for you, you could run at a speed you never thought possible and make quick decisions as you go, all because you had no plan B. In business, you must act like there is no backup plan, which will motivate you to use opportunities faster, commit to your endeavors, endure the toughest times, and outlast any competition. Instead of calming you, Plan B often keeps you from giving your all to your objectives. Law 23. Face the ugly truth. It is very human to act like an ostrich, hide from uncomfortable information and challenging realities of life. However, avoiding discomfort creates blind spots in your business or personal life, making them more fragile and vulnerable. To succeed in any undertaking, you must seek the truth, even despite its sometimes unpleasant appearance.